Today we're going to be looking at a scenario where civilization starts over. We're on episode 34 of this series. Let's go ahead and get into it. In the last episode, we had a lot of stuff happening, like the Russian, Greek, and what was the other one again? Chinese civil wars and the Australian Civil War. So let's go ahead and get into other stuff. First thing we have happening is Colombia breaking away from Mexico and forming its own country. Yeah, that was a big blow to Mexico and the Spanish itself, because in this universe, the Spanish did control Mexico, and they owned in this universe they owned all of this. They owned all of that of colonial, and also owned all of this. So yeah, that's a lot of land, and even own parts of Antarctica. So yeah, that's kind of how big it was at its peak. But yeah, that's what we have. We have Grand Columbia coming back. Also, I don't like this color. It's too green. No, like a slight. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Just to make it slightly darker. Maybe make it a little more golden color. It's maybe no, it's too bright. It's still too bright. Make it a little bit darker. There we go. It's like a gold country. We also have Cuba and Jamaica breaking, and also the Bahamas breaking away from America. That kind of hurts. This will hurt America for a few weeks and months and stuff like that. It'll hurt them, sure. Now, with that breaking away, those few countries breaking away from Mexico and the United States, we kind of have a lot of tension in this area in the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of America, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Trump messed that up. Just specifically in this area, there's a lot of tension. For a better representation, over here, there's a lot of tension. So yeah, now there's a lot of tension in the world. The Cold War is over. The Cold War ended once World War III started, and that kind of didn't go very well for the parallelograms. But then the whole trapezoid alliance kind of got decimated after that. So yeah. But now we have the Dutch doing Dutch things and invading France and uh, mm, just yeah, they take France and now they own all of France. And they also invade England, Wales, and Cornwall. Successfully take all of them. Holy stutter. Um, take all of them, and yeah. Now they're going on conquest. I know. Starting to become the brown team, if you know what I'm talking about by the brown team. But right as they start going in Spain, there's going to be some issues. Specifically with Portugal joining this war. I guess you could call it Portugal, because, they and all of that. But, this technically isn't Spain either. They share Madrid. This is world's version of Madrid, but, they do have the capital in Lisbon. So, yeah. They do see some problems invading into Portugal. as the Portuguese military is pretty strong, compared to the Dutch military. They're like they're a good opponent for them, if you know what I mean. Like they're about the same power. When I can't really explain it. I'm very bad at explaining stuff like that, but like it's fine. Um, hopefully you understand what I mean, and yeah, we have the Dutch landing in here, taking the capital, landing on these islands. I don't remember the names of, um, and taking the capital of Spain, which will soon surrender. Start invading into Portugal, which they're gonna face heavy resistance and even get pushed back to the Spanish border. And this is a big blow to the Dutch because they can't really invade anymore because they lost a lot of troops and trying to fight for that. They try to cut off the Portuguese military, which is successful, and they are able to squeeze out its troops, and Portugal will go ahead and surrender. So let's go ahead and look at the peace treaty. So this is how it looked before. It was like this was Spain all the way over here. Portugal lost a little bit of land. Spain lost a lot of land. So yeah, not very fun for the Spanish. Portugal was fine. I was about to say the Portugal. Portugal is gonna go ahead and unite with the Spanish to form um the Spanish Portuguese Union. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just so they can have they can counter attacks against the future attacks against the Dutch. And the Dutch is going to go ahead and go after Iceland, which I don't even think anyone owns Iceland in this current state. They used to be owned by Scotland. Same thing with Greenland. They got their independence, so yeah. They go ahead and invade Iceland and take it. Just yeah, they annex Iceland. And this will make the Scottish not very angry, but kind of angry. The Irish will go ahead and declare war on the Dutch and start invading into Wales, which soon rebels. Same thing with England and Cornwall. They will go ahead and rebel against them. But the Dutch, they're gonna go ahead and kick them out because they're a lot stronger than the Irish, which they're just gonna. They're also gonna invade and take Scotland while they're at it. Peace treaty is just pretty simple. They go ahead and take Scotland and Ireland. So now they have all of the British Isles, plus France, plus the Benelux, and plus a little bit of Spain, plus about half of Spain. So they're pretty strong now. Also Iceland, and whatever this island is called, whatever that's called. Um, and they're also going to invade Greenland. I don't know why that's there, but yeah. But they're just gonna go and invade and take Greenland. I will spare you the gore. Um, it's not very pretty for the Greenlanders. I'll tell you that. Now, I just want to tell you, Portugal used to own a lot of Canada in their colonial days, which is like 20 episodes at this point ago. Um, and this kind of makes, well, it doesn't really make these guys very angry because they are naturally Portuguese, but like not the official Portuguese country. Modern Portugal kind of looks like that, but in our universe, Portugal looks like this. Um, in our universe, that's how Portugal looks. In real life, they have like up here a little bit more rectangular, but in here they have a little more curve. So yeah, that's kind of the borders of Portugal used to look like in the European areas. They had all of this over here. Um, I don't remember if they had Africa or not. I think they didn't. And yeah, they had all that up there. Oh yeah, I forgot what the plot point. The plot point for the reason this economic alliance is very unlikely members. Oh, oh, this needs to be updated. Yeah, sorry about that. Is is because of the world economic crisis. Yeah, that's why. The whole world has been going through an economic crisis. Now, the reason some countries haven't joined and some others have is mostly because their economies are not doing very well as of recently. This is especially apparent with Greece and Russia and the Red Team in China, Vietnam, Mongolia, Korea, Italy, the Serbs, Portugal, or the Portugal Spanish Union, whatever I'm calling. Well, they used to be both of them, but like they got merged. Morocco, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, America, Canada, South Africa, and Australia. All of these countries have been going through some kind of economic crisis in this universe. And many of them, all of them have different reasons, not all of them. Mongolia, Korea, Vietnam, Australia, China, Russia, the Serbs, Greece, Italy, and I think that's it. All have got out. Were just out of civil wars. That's their reason. And the other ones are just because of their general economic crisis. Um, and yeah. Oh yeah, power rankings. Let me just fix this. Those are all the countries that just got erased. That is a lot. There are only two countries on this list that are left. Alright? And that is Brazil and Morocco. All of these countries are either off the list or or they have moved. Oh yeah, Morocco. Yeah, goodbye. Because this is all of everything. Mostly military, but this is also economy and stuff like that. Brazil is now going to be the strongest country in the world. The rest of them not going to be too great, because a lot of stuff has changed as of recent years. I could, I don't remember the map from episode. I don't really remember like the whole map of 32 or not 32, 31. But it was like Russia had an insane amount of land. China did as well. India was crippled, and a lot of stuff happened. But now all these countries have moved, and I'll show you how much they've moved. Number one, we have Brazil. Number two, we have South India, so this one. Three, we have North India. Four, we have America. Five, we have Argentina. Six, we have China. That's a lot of tallies. Is that right? That's not how you tally, but it's fine. After four, it goes. I know you're supposed to do that, but like, I'm not doing that. After China, we have Russia in seventh. Eight is Colombia. Nine is the Dutch. One, two, three, four, five, six. And tenth is South Africa. Oh, yeah, I put 11. It's fine, you get my point. So I'll just go ahead and get rid of all of this stuff. Um, all the tallies and everything. Okay, so here is the power rankings. I'm gonna draw an arrow. So yeah, there's the power rankings of the world. And that is very weird, but that is the new power rankings. I know. Very weird. Very I don't even know. Just just weird. Um Now we have the special or the Dutch doing special operations in Germany. I don't know why I couldn't speak, but yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're gonna carry special operations out in Germany and invade Germany pretty well. Then Germany is going to push back. Not very, very well. They're able to capture Frankfurt back. Also, I keep forgetting the major cities. And they are able to take Frankfurt. No, that's not actual Frankfurt, but like Frankfurt would be right here, but like just say this is Frankfurt. I don't know. I thought I still have major city as Frankfurt, which is fine. And they were able to take back whatever I named that city and make a naval invasion from Kaliningrad. Take that major city. Take this one. Oh, okay, I don't know why it's doing that. And even go to the get the gate. Go to the gates of Berlin. But while that's happening, while they're going up north, these guys are gonna go down south, encircle the gates of Berlin, and take it. Now let's go ahead and look at the peace treaty. Dang, that's just sad. You want to know who else wants to have a bone to pick with Germany? That's Poland. They're gonna go ahead and invade into Germany, taking this area of Poland because they didn't have access to the sea when they first rebelled. They take the capital and just they surrender or capitulate, whatever you want to call it. Well, capitulating is different from surrendering, whatever. And they're gonna actually set their capital in Berlin. That's totally not because I don't want to set a capital for Poland. Totally not. Now the Dutch are not at their peak, but close to their peak. They're close to being at their peak. You wanna know what they do? They're going to also carry out special operations in Italy. Now, I know there's Alpine mountains here. I, that's why I did this, but like then I was like, oh wait, Alpine mountains. So we're gonna kind of ignore and have geography. So yeah, they're not gonna be able to invade the Alpine mountains, but like this area will just surrender. That's just doing that for the sake of the map. And they aren't able to. Hold on. Let me just fix that. There we go. Um, they aren't able to get a landing in Corsica, but they are able to go down the boot of Italy and get Sardinia. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And even invade into the colony and get. That's not Sardinia. That's Sicily. I got them mixed up. This is Sardinia. This is Sicily. My bad. And they are able to land. I called this Sardinia earlier. This is Corsica. Oh my god. Gotta love my brain, huh? Yeah, they are able to make a land in Corsica and take it, and they're gonna go and surrender to the Dutch. Peace treaty. That is their land game. So Italy used to look like this. Had all this and all of this. And that's what the Dutch took. They took all of that land. That's a lot of land, isn't it? So now the Dutch are officially at their peak. Now, what do they do? Well, what they want to do is no, their goal is to take all of is to basically rule the world. Not rule the world, but like rule Western Europe, which they've kind of done. Their outlook is like something like this. The rest of the of Italy, slowly into Poland, to go up here, take all of this. To take all of that land. To secure all of that. Take the rest of Italy, or the boot of Italy. Take the Portugal, Spain thing. Take am I seriously forgetting names? Slovenia, I think. Slovenia. I, look, you gotta love my morning brain, okay? Um, okay. Now taking to Poland, get the Union, the Scandinavian Union. So, now it is time to reinvade into Spain. Yeah, I know. Reinvade. Gonna go ahead and well, I'm just gonna call this Spain because like it's just Spain. Yep, and they take yep, yep. And you've seen this all before. You've seen this all before. Do that. Bottom layer, full color. Take everything. They fully annex them. No, they kind of look like Napoleonic France. They're starting to look like Napoleonic France. That's fun. Not fun. But yeah, they're starting to look very similar to Napoleonic France, which had like all up in here, and like had all of this, but like all of up here, like almost all of this version of like all of that too. Anyone know what they're doing? Next, if you guessed Poland, you are correct. They take Berlin, and they take all of their the recently annexed German claims. And that border is very familiar. I'm not very good at that. But yeah, yeah. Goodbye. And you can guess what just happened by the no cut no video. Full annexation. Oh yeah. So I will spare you the gore of that. And you want to know where the Dutch are on the military rankings? I'll go ahead and show you. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll go ahead and show you. They have surpassed Argentina. Yeah, number 5 now. They went from number 9 when they only had like all of this, like minuscule lands. They only had all of this. And they only had all that. And now they doubled their land size and doubled power. So, you wanna know what their military is now? You wanna know what their military, the amount of military troops they have now? Oh yeah, forgot. You need the islands. Islands. Before it was 600K, and I just didn't want to. Actually, I can just type this. Um, is 600K. After is dun 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 dun. Dun. Yeah, yeah. It's not even. Wait, did I spell that wrong? Didn't realize. No, I'm just stupid. Never mind. You get my point. They have 1.4 million troops. That's a lot of troops. Yeah, that's a lot, you know? Um, so you wanna know what happens after this? Wait, can you see my cursor is my question. I don't think you can. Uh, go and shrink the window. I wanna actually test, hold on. Oh, okay, okay, good, good. Uh, full screen that. Okay. So, everyone, not everyone, but everyone in the Dutch is at their peak of, well, the Dutch. Um, they're at their peak. Do you want to know who opposes this? Who opposes the Dutch? The Russians. Also, the red team, the Russians, China, Brazil, Argentina, America, Canada, Mexico, Mexico, Vietnam, India, Korea, the blue team, the red team, the Russians. That's a lot. Morocco does, Italy, Finland, this union. I won't even the Caucasus countries, all of the Balkans, um, Poland, or that's not Poland, but Ukraine slash Belarus, the Baltics. That's a lot of countries. That's a lot of countries that oppose this empire. If you want to know who wants to be friends with the Dutch, gotta fix the map first. Alright, who doesn't oppose them is this African country, the Greek Rebellion, these guys, um, Australia, Indonesia. Now the red because that shows like besides the red team, just ignore that the red team is blended in. But mostly just African countries. So yeah, that's who's opposed. But, okay, I just figured out that my headphones unplugged. I don't know for how long. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'll probably go check in the recording, and depending on that, I might reset the map. So, depending on that. So, bye.